So I'm gonna do a couple like retro reviews to sort of like bring that presence back to this channel. Hi, I'm Zeos Pantera of IEM Fetish, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, oh, I lost a tip. Oh God, it's in my ear. Oh, okay, hold on. So these are the Ikko OH10s. And they've been one of my favorite IEMs for years. I actually brought a set to Rocky Mountain Audio Fest. We hosted a room back in the day. The Hi-Fi guides hosted a room. Paid $13,000 for a room. We had people. It was best room at the very last Rocky Mountain Audio Fest. And I brought these and actually this amp. I brought the tin P1s, the planars. I brought the Ikko OH10s. I brought this amp. They stole this. The only thing that went missing in the fucking room at RMAF. We had thousands of dollars in gear. We had all this stuff. We had this. This is like an $1,100 amp that was just plugged in there. You know, someone stole the OH10s. And you know what? I don't blame them. Because I just came off doing the review of my Z12s. They're hanging up there on a thing. And I love my Z12s because I had a hand in making them and creating them. But then I put on the OH10s. And if I could just snap my fingers and have those be ZOH10s with the Z in it, in a heartbeat. Because these have not lost their luster in years. I just put them on, and I put them on this, and I'm using the pimping, the Chimera cable, which is a collab, which is the same cable that's on the Z12s that has the interchangeable heads. You can get the 2.5 or 3.5. So it's a 2-pin cable only. And this is a 2-pin IEM, and I honestly don't remember where the box is or the packaging or even what the original wire looked like. I just know that I'm using it with this and balanced, and fuck. First of all, shuffling randomly, the Dredd soundtrack came on. If you've never seen the movie Dredd, D-R-E-D-D, go now and watch that. Because it's just bass. It's just boom, like real, like insane bass. And these were the first IEM, and probably still one of the only IEMs, the audio coming out, that can actually like startle you with low end. And then I'm listening to them, and it's like, all right, well, they must not be as good as these other IEMs, the price range, because they're only $200 at something. So let's wait for vocals. Postmodern Jukebox comes on. We Found Love. And it's just, I don't think these jam detail into your head as hard as like the Z12s or the S12s that they're based off of. But they are so smooth and so wide and do the low end. And I don't think they're beaten right now still for $200. I am so happy. Hello, bunny girl. I am so happy. Down the wallpaper in the description. I'm so happy they're still on Amazon. And you get $10 off with a coupon. Oh, fuck. Thank God this channel is brand new. That I could just post this in like a day if I don't have to do any like cropping. So $200 minus 10% makes it $19.90 off. $180. I might take these over the Z12s. Still. No, there's the cable that came with. No, I hated that cable. Fuck that cable. The cable, that stupid bag. No. It's, you're gonna need some other things. And what is this? It's just a single dynamic, isn't it? Yeah, it's a single dynamic. I don't remember the specs in it. I just remember like the myth. It's like when you have a dream that's a couple years old, and it's like, I remember that dream. Yeah, I hated pickles in that dream. That's all I remember about this, is that I hated pickles and I loved these. They're heavy as hell. Like look, like I don't have to like demonstrate the weight. Like look at that. That's like some Benoit ball level stuff. They're like solid copper, and then they're shiny and beautiful, and you put them in your ears. And I've got Dakoni tips on here. That's my other thing on this channel. Most things will have Dakoni tips. I'd say 95. If I find something doesn't work and I try another tip and it does work, I'll mention it. But if I can get a Dakoni tip on there. So you get these extremely heavy IEMs. You put tips on that fit you. Make sure, I have larger tips on the right than the left. That's just how my ears are formed. Put on a cable that has the correct angle of bend. See how that like moves? It isn't like super stiff. So that's why another reason I like the Chimera cable, besides having my name on it and being created for me. And And another thing, these are so much more efficient than the Z12s. Because the Z12s are planar. They're a 14.6 or 14.8 millimeter planar. And these are just a dynamic. So even this on low gain is like destruction levels. Lower, like that's off on low gain. That's listenable. I'm gonna die. And this goes all the way around. So what am I looking at here? We're looking at one of the most impressive IEMs you could own, and I'm amazed you can still own it today. They're just never going to stop selling it. They're just never going to stop selling it. Like the sounds are coming sort of like behind me. They're not as accurate like left and right, like some IEMs could do like a perfect. These are like a little bit behind me, but they're smooth and they're characteristic. And I'm more excited to re-review these than I am to my Z12s for the IEMs have my fucking name on them, because these do something that has always been like above and beyond the competition. Oh, it's like a kick drum in the back of my head. If these went up to $300, I'd still recommend them. But since they're only $200 minus the thing, and you can buy the Chimera cable for $50 and make them balanced, this is an event. Fuck, I gotta use these IEMs more. Like there's currently a string quartet of the Beatles, and there's just strings playing, and it's washing across the inside of my head, but it doesn't hurt. Like strings usually, this is like the dulled out version of the Z12s with more soundstage and more bass. Even though I add a little bit of bass, if I would have added 5 decibels of bass and not 2 decibels of bass to Z12s, we'd get these. If you're never going to own IEMs and you don't like the fact that they're IEMs, don't buy the Z12s, because they have some parts where it's like, oh, it's a little sharp, or some people I found they can't actually get them to fit in their ear because the geometry is wrong, where like it actually like hits the back. I don't understand how that works, but geometry in ears. Ikko OH10s every day of the week. These are the recommendation. Afro Samurai, Bazooka Fight. The only thing missing is like extreme detail, but everything is so rich and creamy and vibrant after the fact that it doesn't matter. This is the Kraft macaroni. Oh, I'm going to pull the... That's another thing. I keep trying to pull it out of my ear and pull the things off. Look how long that stem is, too. So it accommodates for the size of it. This is the Kraft mac and cheese of IEMs, where you know it's not good for you. You shouldn't eat it, but you fucking love it. Like that's almost an insult, because Kraft mac and cheese or what the hell do the Canadians call it? Kraft dinner? That's dumb. But it's Kraft macaroni and cheese, because dinner could be anything. Dinner could be turkey or ham hocks. So calling something Kraft ham hocks would make sense what it is. Point is, to this moment, I love these. To this moment, I recommend these. I recommend these, bro. To this moment, Startled Bunny Girl. That's me. Startled Bunny Girl. These have the most low end you can get for under $200. I put my foot down on that. That's pretty much a guarantee. They're some of the most comfortable, even though they're so heavy and weighty. The shape is just perfect. And I don't really hark on that, because most IEMs fit well enough. But coming off the Z12s to these are more comfortable than the Z12s. My own IEMs. I'm going to start shitting on my own things. It's great. Yeah. Anyway, here's the thing. These have been out so long, you don't have to take my word on it. Comments to this video. Have you heard or do you own Ikko OH10s? And do you still recommend them? And do you still love them? Go down there to find out. Check out the support and subscribe to our Patreon. List of benefits when you join there. Wallpapers are available. I'm Zeos Pantera. This has been IEM Fetish. This is my IEM Fetish. This is the type of shit. Put it in my ear. Put it on in there. Shove it deep.